You're watching Shalom TV, celebrating Jewish culture. Funding for Shalom TV has been provided by the following. And by viewers like you.
Hello, I'm Mark Golub, and what a thrill it is to be able to bring you to the Waldorf Astoria in New York City for the annual celebration of the Friends of the IDF, FIDF, whose entire purpose is to support young people like this, those who are in the Israeli Army, the Israeli Defense Forces. I've been privileged to be here now many years. I've seen it grow into something extraordinary. People from all over the country, many people from Israel, come to show their support of what is in essence a civilian army. As you well know, virtually every young person when they graduate high school go into the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, in one capacity or another, and they serve for a number of years, and then they begin their post-high school life. And they are remarkable men and women, and we, the Jewish people, support them, their sacrifice, their heroism, and especially their commitment to Am Yisrael. I'm standing with Chezi Deutsch, a member of the IDF. Chezi, what is your rank?
Lieutenant Colonel, sir.
And where do you serve?
Currently, I serve in Washington, D.C. I am the liaison officer from the Israeli Home Front Command to the National Guard Bureau.
First of all, does this night mean something to you as you see American Jews from all over the place, all over the country, in fact, coming here to lend their support and to make a statement about their commitment to the young men and women who serve in the IDF?
Most definitely. This to see the outpouring of, I don't want to say love, but the feelings, the warm feelings that everyone has, the support that they have for the soldiers. I was speaking with some of the soldiers who came special from Israel for this event, and the things that they've seen and the hospitality that they've seen, it's just a wonderful thing. It's very obvious to me from the work that I do that there are things that we come and help, and that what we can give to help prepare the American fighting man before he goes to deploy overseas, things that he can only do in Israel maybe, that we're willing to share and to give to them. It's important to understand that it's not a one-way street, that we are also here to help the United States. We're a very well-developed Western democracy, and we're very positive with our future and with the lives that we lead in Israel.
I have the pleasure now of speaking with Shira Lawrence, second lieutenant in the IDF. Shira, you're from America?
Yes, how can you tell? I was born in Israel. And when we moved back to America for so many reasons, I realized that I wanted to serve sometime after I finished half of my degree, and I decided that I wanted to serve before it was too late age-wise.
Can you explain what it is for a young Israeli to graduate high school, to know that their next 2-3 years are going to be involved in service in the military, and what that orientation is for a young Israeli?
It means simply that every Israeli knows that they are going to spend 2 or 3 years serving. Not, it may be in the military, it may be in community service. Everyone in the country serves. When the military was founded and David Ben-Gurion helped found it, his idea was, and this is still the slogan of the Army today, Am boneh tzavam, boneh am. The people build the Army and the Army builds the people. Something I would really like people that don't know the Army to know is that the Army, because it includes everyone, then you have to make sure that everyone's on the same level. You have to make sure that everyone's on the same educational level, that no one leaves the Army without their SATs and without their graduation completion and all their the grades that they need. The Army is very human. It's made up of humans, and it's made up of every person and so many walks of life and so many, and you see it on social service projects and on Sundays where you go see things and you go tour around Israel and you do social responsibility work. This is not a regular army. It's not just army. And that's part of my job as an officer, to educate and to help with fitness and everything. It's really not. It's not just what it seems. It's not just military, and that's not the only focus.
I think it's very important to serve in the army, and I think it makes me feel older when I finish the army. It makes me feel older person, and I feel good about letting. No, how to say it? I'm not so good in English. To let my homeland from me, from my heart.
For a girl that grew up in Israel, it's our mentality. We don't know anything else, so it's not strange for us. I have an older sister, so when she graduated, she went to the army, and that's what we know. So it's not weird for us. I went to the U.S. My sister been in the exchange student scholarship, and I saw kids in my age, 18, go to college, and that was weird for me. We are used to this view in our life. In the orchestra, it's 60, 70 people that are always together, and music is something that gathers people together. And also I made friends that I hope they will stay with me for a long time.
It is lovely to see you both.
Thank you very much.
You represent not only the state of Israel, you represent world Jewry. It is an honor to celebrate you tonight, and that's what this is. We celebrate you tonight. I wish you kol tuv v'hatzlacha, all the best. I look forward to seeing you often. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want everybody to understand. Just close your eyes for a second. Think about your child, your grandchild, that he's 18 and he's going to college, and his biggest decision of his life is which college he's going. When an Israeli boy at the age of 18, instead of go to play internet, MP3 and all that stuff, he has to think about which unit he's going to be and how it's going to affect his life. If he's coming after 3 years, full body or half body. It's a big challenge for kids, 18 years old. What I want you to know, that your love, give him the opportunity to still be 18 years old, a boy, and still hero, protecting his mother and father and all the people in the diaspora. They are our messenger all over the world. Without them, we mean nothing, all of us.
I just walked between the crowd, and a guy came and hugged me. And it did me something it made me feel very, very good inside. That just a spontaneous person that I don't know comes and gives me a great, really warm hug. And I see it as something very, very of importance. And I'm excited to see all the people here and meeting them and see the love that they show around.
Did you understand before you came here
how much
American Jews care about you and love you?
I did, but it has intensified 10 times more when I've been here. It's different to meet everyone and to shake everyone's hands and to see their interest, their true interest of you.
Alon, where are you from in Israel?
I'm from Haifa.
From Haifa. How many years have you been in the IDF?
I'm 5.5 years in the IDF from age 19.
Okay. A young person who graduates high school has to serve 3 years.
Why?
You're serving 5.5. Why?
Actually, you felt on a more complicated story. I decided to go to officer's course 3 months before the end of my mandatory service. And they had it's a problem with bureaucratic stuff and beneficial for the army. but I fought on it, and I convinced those not being convinced to go. And I went, and I was injured during the course, which brought me to finish my mandatory service and go home. And I once again fought back to come and finish it, and I can finish it, and I became a platoon commander afterwards.
But why? What kept driving you?
I know deep inside that I can make a big difference, and I can do something very meaningful. And I know that when you're going to be commanding soldiers in combat situations, you have the influence on them, not only of the current moment and the responsibility of if you do succeed or not succeed, but afterwards, will they do reserve or not? What they will remember from the army? How will they be able to do stuff by their own power when they finish the army? And I know that's something that I could build it, and I decided that I want to go do it. IDF is the nation's army, and the diversity of the people here eventually makes them out when they finish it, as they go to the army very, very diverse and from different surroundings, and finish it as one, Israelis.
I was born in Ethiopia, and I came to Israel when I was 1 year old in Operation Shlomo. I live in Karkur, I'm 20, and I'm in the educational court. I'm a platoon commander. In the IDF we have a whole unit that deals only with education. I work with Ethiopian soldiers, new soldiers, and I help them to get to a better position in the army, to a better courses, to do better jobs.
Well, they're beginning to call us all in for dinner, but before we do, I'm standing with a very important young man, Avichai, Tel Aviv, yes?
Yes, Tel Aviv.
Avichai, I've talked to your mother, and I understand your family has a very powerful story. Can you just summarize your family story for us?
My family story is a story about faith and belief in the good way and the good things for all the people in the world, and especially for the Jewish people. I lost my two biggest brothers, Uriel in Lebanon. He was killed in a battle. And my second brother, Eliraz, that decided to continue to serve in the Israeli army. And after Uriel Neherag, Eliraz decided to continue to serve. And he also, me and my small brother, Yosef, all of us serve in Sayeret Golani, just because we believe that what we do is for the Jewish people. It's to make this world a better place to live on. So I wish to all the people here, the American guys, that I'm not calling them American guys, they are Jewish. And I'm telling them that all time when I fight, and all time when my brothers was fight, and we spoke about it a lot, about the Jewish that live outside Israel, we see them in the front, and we do that also for them because we are, we are the Jewish nation.
That is so beautiful and special. Let me ask you something. Every now and then, the world throws bricks at the IDF and charges it with all kinds of terrible things. If you could tell the American people one thing about the character of the IDF, what would you like us to understand? Tell them.
So, in the day that my second brother, Eliraz, died, killed in a battle, then when he was fight against the terrorists in the Gaza Strip, I was carry the bags of Arab women in the market in the same time that my brother killed and the terrorists killed my brother. So we never do bad things. We respect humans, we respect people, and this is our power, our moral and our values, and what we do and how we do. This is what makes us different, okay? So the IDF and IDF Tzahal it's the most, it's the soldiers that has values and they are good, and we never hurt innocent people.
Do you hate Arabs?
It's a funny question. I have a lot of Arab friends, they are warm people, most of them nice people. We all know that there is a small group of radicals and, I don't know, terrorists, but most of them are really nice people, so I don't know. No.
And if I had said the same thing, but I'd used the word Palestinians, do you hate the Palestinians? You would say a similar thing?
As a Jewish, I'm not hate humans. I love humans. And I fight, and I will fight, and I will continue to fight to make this world better against the evil.
But you saw your mother cry over the loss of 2 of her sons. Why are you not bitter? We would not be surprised if you and your mother were not angry with bitterness. How do you avoid being bitter?
I avoid this anger, and I keep the bad feelings because, I will say it again, I avoid of, no, this anger it's voidable because I don't have hate or angry about all the Arabs. If you will give me someone who did it, who killed my brothers, I was really angry, and for sure I was do the justice. But I don't angry about women and children that want to live, that want to go to school, that they have, like in Libya and Egypt and Syria, you see like a king that can do everything, not democratic countries. We want to allow them to have a normal life. We want to allow them to build families and houses and appropriate life. So I don't have angry about humans. I believe of kinds of humans that they are good. The first position of human, all the babies are good, all the humans are good, and they just have the ability to choose to be good or bad. So we just, as a Peretz family, and as an Israeli man, and as a Jewish, and as a son of the Jewish nation, I just want to say, okay, that the whole purpose of this evening, of every what we do, is to bring good and happiness and light to the world against the evil.
Avichai, you have a remarkable, Yotzei Min HaKlal.
Thank you very much.
You are a remarkable person, and you reflect the best of us.
Oh,
and I want you to understand that what you feel is something we feel. We feel one with you, and we are proud of you. And we want to do everything we can to support you, and also to tell you how much we appreciate and love you. I am so sorry for your pain, but you have an extraordinary son here. I am sure all of your sons were extraordinary human beings, and we wish you also kol tu v'hatzlacha, b'shalom, b'shalom.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avichai.
We would be pleased to send a complimentary DVD of this program to anyone who can send a tax-deductible contribution of $36 or more to the nonprofit organization Jewish Education in Media to help support our programming. Tax-deductible checks may be made out to GEM and mailed to GEM, Post Office Box 180, Riverdale Station, Bronx, New York, 10471. Please indicate the program for which you would like a DVD, and we thank you for your kind support.